Welcome back, everybody, to another gear review. Today we're going to be looking at the PSKOOK high carbon steel. You know, it's a striker for Flint and steel. That's what it is. I got this guy off Amazon last summer. I haven't had time really to mess with it too much till recently. Its current price on Amazon, just for the steel, is $10.99. When I bought it, it was like $8 something, and it came out to $9. So inflation, it's great. Anyway, they have a lot of different options for this. You can get it with a flint. I didn't get it with a flint. I just got the striker because I'm like, you know what? I can find rocks that will work with it. All right. Now, some basic measurements. It fits over all 4 fingers of my hand. It's almost like a knuckle duster. All right, but the inner part here, where your fingers go, is 3 1/16 of an inch, and just about an inch go that way. Out to out, it is 3 3/4 of an inch. And what is that? About 2 1/8 across. In metric, the opening, you're looking at, what is that? 78 millimeters? No. Yeah, about 8 centimeters roughly. And going this way, 2.5, yeah, a little over 2.5 centimeters here. And then out to out, we're looking at 9.5 centimeters going that way. And out to out this way, about 52 millimeters roughly. Okay. Weight. Let's see what we got. All right, we're going to do pounds first. It looks like it's 2.5 ounces or 72 grams. Not too terrible. Now, as you can see here, I've been beating on it just to see if it would work. And I went pretty much everywhere I go, shopping centers, places like that. They have the curb, and they usually have like decorative stones and stuff up on the curb here in America. So I just always keep my eyes out for any rocks that might have sharp edges. I found this guy right here, and this will throw sparks. I found this piece. It's got some edges to it. As you can see, I've been beating on it. That will throw sparks. And then just a couple days ago, I stepped on my truck and was walking up, and I looked to my left on the edge there, and I found this piece of chert. Look at that. Look at that. Ain't that beautiful? That's definitely chert. It's not flint. And it is hard, and it throws beautiful sparks. Okay, then I went out into my workshop because many years ago I was messing around with flintlocks, and I remembered I had went to a show for black powder, and I bought off a guy some flints, and I went looking for them, and I found this itty bitty little flint. This was for a flintlock pistol. And this will throw sparks on here, but this being so small, it's really hard to hold to get appropriate sparks. Now we're going to see if we can do some sparking here, and then we're going to go outside. It is full dark outside, and I know we'll be able to see the sparks outside. But first, let's try in here. Let's try with this stone. See if I can do this on camera. Oh, there's some sparks. Oh, there were some good sparks. Okay. With this guy, I think I'll try this edge right here. One thing you want to, if you've never done this before, when you find an edge to strike with this, you would put your char cloth or whatever you want to catch a spark here under your thumb. And then you would turn this edge slightly up so that when you're hitting it here with the steel, what we're trying to do is we're trying to grind off a piece of steel, and that's what that hot spark is. And it would catch here. And then you would take that and put that in your bird's nest to make your fire. Okay, now this piece of chert, this throws beautiful sparks. You ready? Look at that. Oh, those are beautiful. Now this little flint, like I said, it's really hard to hold this. You get some nice sparks. Okay, I'm going to take all this and a little lantern, and we're going to go in my backyard where it's full dark, and we're going to see some beautiful sparks. We're in the backyard here. As you can see, it's pretty dark out. Now, I just put this lamp down here, so when I put my hands in front of the camera, it kind of highlights everything. And we're going to see if we can see some sparks. So the first one I'm going to do is that funny flat stone. All right, got to see what we can accomplish here. I don't know if you're seeing that. I think I need to turn that light down just a little bit. Let's try that again. So you can see we're getting some strikes with that funny flat stone. I'm going to set that aside. Next up is that kind of stone that's kind of got the dome. It's a little bit fatter. Let's try that. Let's try this edge here. So we're getting some sparks, not very good ones. Now for that beautiful piece of chert. All right, let's give it a try. Oh, look at that. See, that's what you want. This piece is big enough to comfortably hold, and we're throwing crazy sparks. Look at that. Oh, that's beautiful. All right, now we're going to try that little piece of flint. I'm going to see if I can do this without messing everything up. Oh yeah, we're getting some good sparks. You know, if this is all you had, you could make a fire. Okay, I think that's enough of that. Let's go back in the house. To see it in the dark, you got to see the sparks. The two most impressive ones we used that gave us sparks was this actual flint and this piece of chert. Now these were just, like I said, random stones I found that had an edge. And the point I'm trying to make here is, no matter where you live in the world, you can find a stone that has a bit of an edge to it. And all you need is a good fire steel, a striker like this, to test it to see if you're getting any sparks. This technology goes back all the way to when man first started making high carbon steel, or even iron. So you're talking the BC era. Now I know if you go back to before we were making any kind of steel or iron. There was that Iceman Otzi that they found in the Alps. And they found that he had flint and pyrite. And if you take flint and pyrite and strike them together, you'll get sparks too. Pyrite is fool's gold. And he also had different mosses and such. And the interesting thing about some of these mosses is they work really good at catching sparks and making an ember. They also work really good to cover a wound as a bandage. Some mosses are antibacterial. So, pretty cool stuff when you really start looking into it. But ultimately, at the end of the day, what do I think of this high-carbon PSKOOK Fire Steel? I keep pausing when I say Fire Steel because I want to say ferro rod. So, this is not a ferro rod. I think this is great. It was even better when it was under $10, but hey, inflation. Here in the U.S., the value of the dollar is taking quite a beating along with the stock market. But I think this, if you're into traditional fire making, this is well worth getting. Like I said, they had other options on the page, including a small pendant type striker. I would stay away from the smaller stuff until you get experience. This is great for somebody just starting out. It works well. One last thing I want to leave you with is one safety concern. Anytime you're using something like this to strike any kind of stone, I don't care what it is, you are shaving small pieces of steel off here to create your spark, and these stones can take quite a beating, so little chips can fly off these stones. You can get a chip or a spark in your eyeball. Trust me, you don't want that. You're going to be having a very bad day, and you could lose your eye. So, whenever you're doing stuff like this, if you have a pair of sunglasses, I always carry sunglasses. These are also safety glasses. I always carry a pair with me. Put them over your eyeballs. Okay? I carry these with me because they're blue blockers too, and they work really good in the outdoors. Every one of my packs, I have a pair of these in my pack. So if I have to do something like this or any other activity where I'm worried about something getting in my eye, I pop these on my head. Okay? That's all I got to say about the PSKOOK. I give it a thumbs up. If you're into traditional fire making, flint and steel, and you need a good steel, that ain't bad. A little pricey now, but it is what it is. So I will see you later on out in those woods over there, maybe making a fire with flint and steel. Thank you for watching. What are you doing? Those are my rocks. No, they're my rocks. Hey. Hey, you. What are you doing with my rocks? They're mine. You're stealing my rock. Ugh. Boy. You're not dressed like a bandit, but you sure act like one, James. Thanks for sticking around for the outtakes. Oh, killer cat!